All right, so if you log into ePortfolio, in order to view the videos, this is what you do. So when you log in, this is how it looks like, right? It has two sections. So this is my ePortfolios. And if you scroll down to where like your courses are, you'll find your course. So it doesn't matter if you click LIF 101 940A or 940B. It doesn't matter which one. You could click the B one for the lab just to keep things separate. But both of them are the same. So after you click on your course, if you go to ePortfolios and you scroll down and you look for LIF 101 940B course EP, EP is just ePortfolio. And it's the only one with the green like gear. So if you click on that and open it, you'll be brought to this page, right? And I know I went over this briefly. This is just a welcome page of like the first year seminar. Here's a biography of myself. And if you go to studio hour plans, for September, we did our About Me. So if you click on About Me, you'll see the video for that date. And also, if you go to October, for our second assignment, we did the Understanding Myself. So if you click on that, you'll see the video on how to do that. So for today, October, we're actually going to be looking at time management. And time management is super important just because it's just a way to plan your time efficiently, to get all your tasks done and completed. And also, um, it's so important because I didn't know anything about time management until I started college. So you guys have an advantage because I know you guys are in high school. So it's wonderful. I wish somebody told me this in high school so I could start working on my time management skills early on. It is a skill that needs to be practiced, and you'll get better as it at it if you keep practicing. So with that being said, if you go onto your ePortfolio and you go to coursework, first year seminar coursework, and you'll see time management is the first tab in the coursework tabs. So that's coursework, first year seminar coursework, and time management. So if you click on time management, you'll be brought to this screen, right? So let's read the instruction slide. If we give time human characteristics, two of them would be fair and forgiving. Time is fair because each of us is given 168 hours per week to use. Time is forgiving because regardless of how wise or unwise usage of time, we start the new week with 168 hours and you're not penalized. So in my first year seminar, I had no idea that we had 168 hours in a week because for me, my week goes by quickly. Sometimes it takes a long time, sometimes it just goes really quickly. But I never sat down and actually like Googled like how many hours do we have. So that was like mind blowing for me already. I'm like, what do I do during these hours? So the second paragraph says time management is an important skill to have in order to be successful in college. To gain a better understanding of your time management skills, please complete the activities below by following the prompt. You can view the prompts by clicking on each activity. So there's 3 parts to this activity. There's a time management quiz, time management part 1 statement, and time management part 2 reflection. There's actually 4 parts. Another part is an Excel sheet that I'm going to be showing you how to use. Basically what that Excel sheet is that we're all going to be planning our time accordingly. I'll go into more detail in a second. So if you scroll down and you view the time management quiz, it says, please take the following time management quiz, answer each of the following questions with a simple yes or no. So I'm going to answer these questions for myself, but I'm going to go through them one by one. So you can answer the questions either yes or no, but I'm just going to put my answers in. And please be honest when you're taking this quiz. I promise it's okay. So number 1, do you always seem to have more tasks than time to complete them? Yeah. So I'm going to just click on the box and select yes. Number 2, do you feel comfortable with how you manage your time? I would say no. Do you find yourself cramming for exams? Yes, I do. I actually have an exam later this week and I need to study and I haven't studied yet. Well, next week. Today's Friday, right? Does the lack of time stress you? Of course. Do you make excuses for not completing assignments? I should be saying no, but I'm going to be totally honest. I'm going to say yes. Sometimes I'm very lazy. Do you cancel recreational activities due to the lack of time? Of course. So now, after you answered those 6 questions, it has a little message at the bottom. If you answered yes to any of these questions, know that you are not alone. So that makes me feel a little better about myself. So the first part 1 statement, if you click on the little pencil and paper icon to edit, first you'll just delete all of this text. So I'll just highlight it and delete it, right, in order to put my response there. But if you look at the prompt that popped up, you're just going to follow that, right? So the prompt says, let's get started. There are 2 parts of this exercise. First, please reflect on the following questions in a 2 to 5 paragraph essay in the time management part 1 statement slide here. The first question is, what is time management? 2, what happens when you're not practicing good time management skills? And 3, how effectively are you using your 168 hours per week? So, what I want to say is the first question, what is time management? I want you to answer it in an efficient way. Please do not say time management is managing your time, which it is. That's not wrong, but I want you to go in a little bit more detail. So, maybe a good definition for time management would be how I explained it. So, basically, time management is a way to plan effectively and efficiently plan your time to complete the necessary tasks that you need to be completed, like completing in the day or week or however, right? So I know it says 2 to 5 paragraph essay. You can write 2 paragraphs or 3 paragraphs for like a paragraph for each question. Doesn't matter. Just make sure that you are answering the questions in full and complete sentences, okay? So I would say about 2 to 3 paragraphs, not 5. 2 to 3. 2 to 3 paragraphs. Okay. So that's the first statement. So if you scroll down below, this is where it says PDF, XLS, PPT, and Docs. This is where you're going to input the Excel sheet that I'm going to show you in a minute, okay? And I'll show you how to upload that in a second. Let's just go over the part 2 reflection. So if you click on the box again, or if you click on the pencil and paper icon to edit it, here are some like questions or statements to follow the prompt, right? So the first one says, list the 4 things that are important to you in your life. What are your values or priorities? So maybe if you have children, or if you have dogs that are your children, like me, something like that. Those are my priorities, you know what I mean? So, because they can't fend for themselves, so I have to take care of them. So I have to like take them under my wing. So I would have to plan in order for them as well. 2, list all the activities that take up your time in a week. Be sure to include everything. Some activities include classes, studying, work, commuting, personal wellness, sleeping, eating, etc. Next to each activity, record how much time you think you spend doing each. For 1 week, Track the amount of time you spend in each of the activities. At the end of the week, compare the actual amount of time spent on each activity with your perceived amount of time. 5, now it's time to reflect on this work. Compare the time that you normally think you spend on these activities with your actual time spent. Please compose an essay of 2 to 5 paragraphs considering the following points. So the first point is, how good of an understanding do you have of your time and how you spend it? The second question is, does the time spent reflect those things that are important to you, your values or priorities? Does your time management reflect good usage to achieve your life goals? If so, how? If not, how can you improve? So this is going to be a little bit longer, especially because you have to reflect on your time for each activity. So basically, what's the point of this? The point is to say, like, to actually show you, like, if you're watching TV from 10 a.m. to maybe 3 or 4 p.m., right? Or if you're in classes in those times, or however your schedule is set up, it'll show you how much time that's really just wasted. Like, because I know for myself, if I'm just laying down and or on the couch or whatever, wherever I am, and I'm on my phone and I just hit that TikTok app. I don't know why. I don't make TikToks, but I'm just saying I look at them and I'm just there for hours. And I don't realize it at the time. And I hope you guys can relate to that. Like any social media, you're just like on it. You see? Same. Yeah. So it's definitely just you just get carried away with like time, I guess, because you don't feel it. When you're having fun, you never feel how much time passes. So the thing is with that, one thing I want to say about like your cell phones and like social media apps, if you have an iPhone or if you have an Android, there's something called like the time restrictions. So if you go to like screen time, you can actually set a restriction on your phone. So I'm only allowed on Facebook for 2 hours a day. On Instagram, I make it 3 because I have to like manage my little business or whatever. And for TikTok, I haven't made one yet. I know I should, but I have to do that. So that's on my list. I have to like try to make sure I have a limit on that. So once I exceed my limit for the day, it doesn't let me go back on the app. You can always just click on it and like say, dismiss for today, but try not to do that. All right. So does anyone have any questions about the part 2 statement and the part 1 statement?
What does it do?
Okay, I will check the syllabus just now, right? So let's go into not the PowerPoint, the Excel sheet that you're supposed to be uploading into this, okay? So if you go to the course ePortfolio, right, I will send the link in the chat as well. This is, so if you click on Studio Hour Plans and go to October with the time management tab, if you click on that, you'll be brought to this. The video will be here when we're done. And it says use this Excel sheet to track your activity. So if you I'm just gonna copy this really quickly and I'm gonna send it in the chat. Okay, so you can get it 2 ways. You can either come on this ePortfolio, or you could also just check the chat and copy the link if you have to transfer it, text it to yourself, however you want to do it, right? So if you click on it, you'll be brought to the weekly schedule tracker, right? So how are you going to first do this? Please don't edit here, right? The thing is you have to go to File and you can go to Make a Copy. So once you open it, go to File and go to Make a Copy. So then you can rename it. Mine is like copy of copy of copy of half hour copy. It's a lot of copies, right? So I'm just going to delete all of those copies and I'm just going to keep it as time management activity. And then all you have to press is OK. So wonderful. So it's working and it's loading everything up. So I'm going to show you how to use this, right? So basically, since there's Monday, there's work, 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 work here. It just my whole pie chart is just basically work, right? But say, so let's go over the legend really quickly, right? So LaGuardia is L, right? That's if you put classes for LaGuardia, you should be using the L. So for example, if I have classes from, let's say Friday with you guys, right? From 7:50 to 8:50, I'm just gonna round it off and I'm gonna put it in 7:30. So the first thing I wanna do is click on the L. Do not click on the LaGuardia, like the title. You have to click on the L, okay? You can command copy or right click copy, go to Friday, right, on 7:30. If you if you click on the box and you click and hold down and you just drag down, you could actually fill up all these boxes in one, right? So from 7:30 to 8:50, right? So I'm just gonna round that off to 9 p.m. when we meet. I'm gonna paste it, so Command V, and there you go. So the L, this table is formatted for each of these letters, so it just like helps the pie chart be correct, and also your totals of hours. Okay, so if for example, I know you guys have other classes for like your other, you know what I mean, the other classes, right? That's not LaGuardia classes. So you could maybe just put LaGuardia and you could put like in parentheses so you know, like college, just for you for your knowledge, right? And you could just have it there. And then for study schoolwork, that could just be your homework. For volunteer, I know I don't volunteer. I know I should, but I don't. If you just click on it, double click, and if you just put classes or however you want to name it, like classes, or you could put high school classes actually. That makes more sense. I'll put high school classes, right? But the only thing is the V, right? I learned this the hard way, right? I tried to change the like the letter V to like something that pertains to the title, but it doesn't work like that. You have to keep the same letters for like the pie chart and like everything to be together, right? Otherwise it won't count it. So just for you to know, just like if you change the title of anything, just keep the letter below it, okay? So for high school classes, say if I have class now, I'm just gonna copy the V. I'm gonna scroll down. On Friday, maybe I have classes right after this, all the way to 3 o'clock. Let's just say, and I just Command V, pasted, right click, pasted, and now the pie chart actually like adjusted to my change. So grooming is basically when you get up, you shower, maybe you go to the barber shop, just self-care. And self-care is so important, and a lot of people basically just forget about that a little bit because there's something called body cognition, right? And I learned about this in high school, and this is my favorite topic in my English class. Basically what it is, right? When you look good, you feel good, right? So when you dress successful, you will be successful. You know what I mean? Okay. So that's called in-body cognition. So for grooming, I'll just click on the G, same thing, copy. I would put it on Saturday. Maybe on Saturday I get a haircut from 9:30 to 11 and I paste it into there. Now I have grooming there. And I would follow this. Maybe I eat, let me see, meals. I don't eat all the way in the morning, but maybe I eat around like 9:30-ish if on a good day. And then maybe I'll eat at 1. You know, it's very important to plan your meals as well because I don't know about you guys, but I forget to eat all the time. All the time I forget to eat. And then all of a sudden, I remember I didn't eat all day and then I'm sitting down with like 2 plates of food. And that's not healthy at all. But you know, it's okay. Um so yeah, that's what you're gonna do for the Excel sheet. Does anyone have any questions on how to use it?
So you want us to track all the times we do pretty much all any of these?
So yeah, so the thing is, right? There's two ways you could do this because I did it two ways, right? In the like the instructions, it doesn't tell you this, but with using this Excel sheet, when I first started LaGuardia in my FYS class, I didn't track my week um accordingly, right? And I just didn't fill it out like on a daily basis because I know my schedule wasn't good at all, like what I was keeping. So um what I did was I planned my days. First I started with my school schedule, right? I inputted my school schedule into the table, and then afterwards I would put like hours for me to do homework, right? And then I would put like my family obligations, like for example, I have to feed my puppies at 7 o'clock every night, or maybe a little earlier, right, for dinner. Or maybe I have to go pick up my mom from the train station or something like that, right, on a set time every day. So the thing is, the way I did it, I wanted a schedule. I wanted to create a schedule for myself in order to follow and be more efficient. So that's what I would do. Like that, I would do it like that. If you want to do it like that, you can, right? But if you want to track your week and just input the values into it, you can also. But I recommend just to input like your desired schedule. But I want you guys to be realistic, okay? Like I want you to actually, if you have classes all day, are you really going to sit down for 6 hours after classes and do homework? No, you're not. You know what I mean? And you need to be realistic, and you have to like actually plan out your time. And I want you guys to follow this throughout the semester. So this is like the only way you could really like actually get everything you have to do done, you know? Also, there's a reminder here. It says recommended study time for non-science classes, 2 hours for every class hour, and recommended study time for science classes are 3 hours for every hour. So if you have a science class for 2 hours, you need 6 hours in order to study for that class, which seems like a lot, but that's basic. I don't know how they got that. Some research they did and they got those numbers, but I believe it. But yeah, so those are two ways you could do this. And then for the if you're going to do it, do the Excel sheet, like plan it for like your desired schedule. In the part two reflection, right? Just disregard. Let me see. Let me open the prompt. It says just disregard like recording how many times and track the amount. So if when you're doing the compare and the contrast, like with the values, you could just like eyeball the values that you usually spend, right? Or you could put in your reflection that like, hey, I wanted to take a different approach because the way I plan my time as of right now, it isn't as efficient, and I would like my schedule to be efficient, so I made this tracker in order to be efficient, something like that. I don't know, but just make it clear in your reflection part two. Okay, so you can track your time for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or you could just make your desired schedule. But just be realistic, okay? Like input when you sleep. Everyone should have a good sleep schedule. Okay?
Can we change like for work? I don't really work, but like for Mondays is where it says work. Like, can I put that as like school work?
Yeah, of course. So the thing is when you're changing it, right? So it says work and then in parentheses it says for money. If you just input like if you change the title, so if you put like classwork, or actually let's do homework, right? Right? Just change it at the top, but keep the W, okay? Do not change the letters.
Got you. Thank you.
No problem. So after you've done this, right? And your pie chart is looking all colorful and you're happy with it and so on, right? Oh, and don't change the colors by the way too, because it doesn't align with the pie chart. So everything is just formatted like that, okay? Sorry, but I don't think you can change it. So the thing is, right, with this now. Once you're completed, you're going to go to File, and then you're going to go to Download. This is when you're done, right? So File, Download, and you're going to download it as a PDF, right? So when you're completed with this chart, you're going to download it as a PDF document. So I'm just going to download it. I'm going to hit Export, right? And it's saying downloading PDF. I'm going to go back to my ePortfolio, right? And where it says part 1 statement, you're not going to put it there. Where it says part 2 reflection, time management part 2 reflection, and it has all these 4 boxes, right? XLS, Docs, PPT, and PDF, right? You're just going to click on the pencil and paper. You're going to go to replace this item, okay? Replace this item. Nothing more, just replace this item. You're going to click on replace this item. You're going to go to upload file. And then my PDF is right here, so I'm just going to take it and I'm going to drag it. You can also click on the little blue plus sign and get it from like your desktop or wherever you saved it to, okay? And then I'm going to hit upload. And then there's like this bubble at the end to make it bigger. I'm going to make it bigger. And here you go. This is my tracker next to my statement. My part 2 reflection is complete. So let me go from the top, right? My time management quiz is completed. My time management part 1 statement is completed with 2 to 3 paragraph answering all 3 of the questions. Then I'm going to scroll down. I have my activity chart there. The Excel sheet already uploaded. It's wonderful. It's looking good. It's completed. Every hour is occupied for, right? Oh, and one thing too. Oh, wait. Okay, yeah. So everything is occupied for. Also, the time management part 2 reflection statement is done as well. Okay, that's what you're doing. One thing I wanted to say about this time management. So like, you see where it says leisure social? That's when you hang out with your friends or you hang out with your cousins or you just play video games or whatever you do for fun. That's like for fun. So E is for fun. Okay? Okay, cool. So does anyone have any questions about anything?
Are you gonna give us like a certain due date for all of this?
Oh, due date again. Okay. Let me double check the syllabus. Example EP. I need to change that. I made a typo. Nobody told me. So I know you guys been talking about time management in your lecture hour as well, right?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So today is the 9th right here. College closed, remember? Mm, 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 mm. I don't see it actually. Yeah, it's not here as well. Yeah, so I'm gonna talk to your professor about this because it's not here. So the thing is, all right, so let's make this due next week. Next week, Friday, Saturday. What do you guys think?
The entire page is due next week.
Yeah,
Okay.
is that manageable?
Yeah.
Definitely.
All right, cool. So next week, let's say Thursday night. So Friday we could move on.
All right.
Okay.
All right, cool. So let me